Well, I started in 1974. I was 24 at the time, a young guy. Gentleman hired me that I had known for a long, long time, and asked me if I wanted to be a landman. And I didn't even know what a landman was. I had no idea one. There are people today, if you told them what a landman was, they have no idea what it is. But I did start off young, and I was thrown into the courthouse with very little experience that as I look back, was the wrong way to go. But I had a real estate background, so I had some common knowledge about conveyancing and things of that nature. But so for about 7 or 8 years, I did a lot of traveling from courthouse to courthouse. I worked pretty much a 3-state area, Oklahoma, lots of Kansas at the time, some Texas. Ran a lot of courthouse records in the courthouses back then. We would go into the courthouses and pull books and slam them on the counter and read the documents, make interpretation of the deeds and of that nature. And today I know it's done completely different. In fact, I do access some of the records myself and find it pretty interesting, pretty good source of information. But I did that till 1980, at which time I left the person I was working for, just because I thought that I could do it better. He did some things that I've changed up, and one thing I changed up was he would pay me when he got paid, and that didn't work out very well for me. Not on my own. In fact, most brokers back then, they paid when they got paid, and it could be abused greatly, and I felt it was. So when I opened up my doors, I got a lines of credit, and so I made a point to pay my labor every other week. Well, that was a big thing back then, and it provided security for a lot of these landmen that I didn't care for the irregular pay, and it helped me hire a lot of good landmen because they knew that they were going to get a steady paycheck. So that was one of the reasons I left, and it was a one-man operation for quite a while. I'm wearing my accounting hat, I'm wearing my public relations hat, I'm out in the courthouses pulling books, I'm going to landman's meetings looking for new business. It was a lot more than I had bargained for. I can assure you. I was working 7 days a week for years, and I've looked back at it, and really the first 20 years of being in the land business before I moved to Texas, I was probably working 70 hours a week for several decades.
Yeah. Geez.
More than I would recommend today. I know that newer generation has taken a much smarter approach to life. But
gosh, I can't imagine, I guess what you had about 6 years of experience when you started and went on your own. I couldn't imagine when I was a 6-year landman doing that, knowing what I know now. I mean, that's quite the leap to do it. As you mentioned, you didn't know what you were getting into until you were there.
I did it out in the sense, but I had a lot of contacts by then. I was always involved in the local association, so I knew a lot of people, and a lot of people knew me, and so that it wasn't like I just went out on my own, not knowing anybody. So I had some advantages there that a lot of landmen don't get involved in the local organizations and unwilling to get out and meet people, and they just box themselves in. So anyway, I had an opportunity. I gave in a leg up on other companies, people.
You took advantage of it. I think, Tom mentioned you don't have anything unless you've got good people. And I think that's always been it from day one that I've started with Dudley, years and years ago. That was always central to what we did. And I think there's always been a very good appreciation of the contract landmen at Dudley. And we always made a point to pay our people. I mean, that's a huge deal. And I think we're respected in the industry, and Tom was a big part of that because it was central to what he felt was important to the company, both employees and the field folks. So that's a legacy. I mean, gosh, that's 43 years now, and it's a big deal in our company today.